back at it again, and after we checked out a video with Tulsi Gabbard, several of you guys told me to check out some clips of the debate she had with Kamala. So here we are, Tulsi Gabbard versus Kamala Harris. Let's dive in.
Senator Harris, you have also been quite critical of Vice President Biden's policies on race, specifically on the issue of busing in the 1970s, having benefited from busing when you were a young child. Vice President Biden says that your current position on busing, you're opposed to federally mandated busing, that position is the same as his position. Is he right?
That is simply false. And let's be very clear about this. When Vice President Biden was in the United States Senate working with segregationists to oppose busing, which was the vehicle by which we would integrate America's public schools, had I been in the United States Senate at that time, I would have been completely on the other side of the aisle. And let's be clear about this. Had those segregationists their way, I would not be a member of the United States Senate. Cory.
If he was working with segregationists, why is she the VP now? Did she really believe what she was saying? Or does she just not care? I would like to ask Kamala that question. I mean, this is what you said during the debate. So, like, were you just being disingenuous? Like, what's going on?
Booker would not be a member of the United States Senate, and Barack Obama would not have been in a position to nominate him to the title he now holds. And so, on that issue, we could not be more apart, which is that the vice president has still failed to acknowledge that it was wrong to take the position that he took at that time. Now, I would like to also talk about this conversation about Eric Garner, because I too met with his mother. And one of the things that we've got to be clear about is that this president of the United States, Donald Trump, while he has been in office, has quietly been allowing the United States Department of Justice to shut down consent decrees, to stop pattern and practice investigations. On that case, we also know that the Civil Rights Division, this is important, the Civil Rights Division of the United States Department of Justice said charges should have been filed, but this United States Department of Justice usurped, and I believe it is because that president did not want those charges to go forward, and they overrode a decision by the Civil Rights Division of the United States Department of Justice. Under my administration, the Civil Rights Division will reign, and there will be independent investigations.
Vice President Biden, I want to give you a chance to respond to what Senator Harris just said.
When Senator Harris was the Attorney General for 8 years in the state of California, there were two of the most segregated school districts in the country, in Los Angeles and in San Francisco. And she did not, I didn't see a single solitary time she brought a case against them to desegregate them. Secondly, she also is in a situation where she had a police department when she was there that in fact was abusing people's rights. And the fact was that she, in fact, was told by her own people, that her own staff, that she should do something about and disclose to defense attorneys like me that you, in fact, have been, the police officer did something that did not give you information that would exculpate your client. She didn't do that. She never did it. And so what happened? Along came a federal judge and said, enough, and he freed 1,000 of these people. If you doubt me, Google 1,000 prisoners freed, Kamala Harris.
Thank you, Vice President Biden. And Senator Harris, your response?
Hold on, wait a second. Time out. Do these two people seem totally different in this discussion than they do now? I feel like Kamala, no disrespect, but she's like a rumbling, bumbling mess at this point, saying a bunch of nothing, talking in circles. She actually completed a sentence here. And I'm not even trying to be funny. And then, of course, you get to Joe Biden. It's like night and day. What happened to them? It's a genuine question. Not even joking at all whatsoever. You compare speeches that Kamala has given recently to what we just watched. Completely different. It's the same thing with Joe Biden. It is night and day. What happened to them? That is my real, that's the real question. Seriously. These don't seem like the same people. I'm just saying.
This is simply not true. And as Attorney General of California, where I ran the second largest Department of Justice in the United States, second only to the United States Department of Justice, I am proud of the work we did, work that has received national recognition for what has been the important work of reforming a criminal justice system and cleaning up the consequences of the bills that you passed when you were in the United States Senate for decades. It was the work of creating one of the first in the nation initiatives around re-entering former offenders and getting them jobs and counseling.
Thank you, Senator.
I did the work as Attorney General of putting body
Senator.
cameras on special
I want
agents
to bring
in
in
the state of
Congresswoman
California, and I'm proud of that work.
I want to bring in Congresswoman Gabbard. Congresswoman Gabbard, you took.
I was wondering when Tulsi was gonna come in this equation. I was like, hold on, do I have the wrong video or something? Like, was this the wrong link? What's going on? But here we go. Here's Tulsi.
Took issue with Senator Harris confronting Vice President Biden at the last debate. You called it a, quote, false accusation that Joe Biden is a racist. What's your response?
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought.
I've heard about that. Is that true? She kept people in prison longer so they could be used to fight fires in Cali or California. Let me know in the comment section. That's some crazy stuff. I mean, talk about mean and cruel. My goodness. Yeah, we're going to leave you in here. As a matter of fact, you got to put your life at risk. I mean, you're supposed to be free right now because you've paid your time, but, you know, we going to keep you in a little bit longer. We got some fires we need to fight, and we need some people to do it. So have at it. Dang.
To keep cash bail
Congresswoman.
system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response?
As the elected Attorney General of California,
I feel like he didn't even really give Tulsi a whole lot of time to speak either. Kamala and Joe have had a whole lot of time, and Tulsi got like 20 seconds. I don't know.
I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about re-entering former offenders and getting them counseling. It is why, and because I know that criminal justice system is so broken, that I am an advocate for what we need to do to not only decriminalize, but legalize marijuana in the United States.
I want to bring Congresswoman Gabbard back in. Your response?
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you are in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Senator Harris.
My entire career, I have been personally opposed to the death penalty, and that has never changed. And I dare anybody who is in a position to make that decision, to face the people I have faced, to say, I will not seek the death penalty. That is my background. That is my work. I am
She didn't deny what Tulsi said, though.
Proud of it. I think you can judge people by when they are under fire, and it's not about some fancy opinion on a stage, but when they're in the position to actually make a decision, what do they do? When I was in the position of having to decide whether or not to seek a death penalty on cases I prosecuted, I made a very difficult decision that was not popular to not seek the death penalty. History shows that, and I am proud of those decisions.
Senator Harris, thank you very much. Senator Bennett, a question for you. Why are you the best candidate to heal the racial divide that exists in this country today, which has been stoked?
Senator Bennett? Who is that? Who's this guy? Where's he from? I have no clue who this is. Once again, admittedly so. I'm still new to all this, so there's some faces and some folks that I don't know. You know, obviously some of the faces and the folks that we see, you know, all the time. I know Buttigieg, Newsom, you know, and guys like that, but I have no clue who this guy is. Let me know in the comment section, please.
By the president's racist rhetoric.
Yeah.
That exists in this country today, which has been stoked by the president's racist rhetoric.
Yeah, first of all, the president's racist rhetoric should be enough grounds for everybody in this country
Michael Bennett,
to vote
Colorado.
him out
Okay.
of office. That
It says it right here at the bottom of the screen, but of course my big head is in the way. Michael Bennett, Colorado. All right, got it.
one thing alone should be enough. Second, Don, I want to answer your question by tagging on the conversation we were just having. This is the fourth debate that we have had, and the second time that we have been debating what people did 50 years ago with busing, when our schools are as segregated today as they were 50 years ago. We need a conversation about what's happening now. And when there's a group of kids in this country that don't get preschool through no fault of their own, and another group does, equal is not equal. And we've got a group of K-12 schools that are good because families can spend $1 million, and you've got the Detroit public schools that are as segregated as they were. Equal is not equal. And let me tell you something else, Don. I believe you can draw a straight line from slavery through Jim Crow, through the banking and the redlining to the mass incarceration that we were talking about on this stage a few minutes ago. But you know what other line I can draw? 88% of the people in our prisons dropped out of high school. Let's fix our school system and maybe we can fix the prison pipeline that we have.
Thank you, Senator.
I must admit, Mr. Michael Bennett, I think his name is, made a good statement there at the end. Fix the school. Stop indoctrinating our kids. Actually teach them something. Don't allow them to get away with BS in classrooms. But of course, no child left behind. You can't kick the kid out of class. You gotta this stuff is craziness. We got to fix the learning environment in classrooms and not allow this indoctrination going on. A school is not a place for indoctrination. It is a place for learning. I would even say teaching kids the ability for critical thinking, not just following the crowd. Having the ability to just think for yourself could be very, very valuable. But also, from the title, I was expecting Tulsi to go even harder on Kamala. I mean, don't get me wrong. She definitely went at Kamala for sure. She put Kamala on the spot, which Kamala didn't directly respond to. I mean, she kind of tap danced around it a little bit, you know, like, hey, my record has shown. She didn't exactly address what Tulsi had said specifically. So yeah, I found that very interesting. But I also was a little disappointed with the title of the video. I gotta be honest. I was expecting a Tulsi versus Kamala the whole time in the video, just clashing, going back and forth. If there is a better video, let me know in the comment section, or if there is another debate I should be checking out, please let me know. Like I said, this was during a time where, honestly, I didn't watch this stuff at all. I'm just going to be completely honest. So any and all of this is completely new to me. But yeah, if there are any debates that I should be checking out, definitely let me know in the comment section, and I'll definitely check those out for sure. And yeah, what happened to Kamala and Joe Biden? I'm not trying to throw out any conspiracy theories or anything like that, but they seem like different people to me. But y'all let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. It's totally free. And thank you once again to everyone for all of your continued love and support, liking, commenting, and sharing these videos. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you to everyone that has supported this channel even more by sending me a care package via PayPal. Thank you guys so much. Peace and love.